Wish TV is your education station. School board elections are taking place in Marion County. In this election, 40 candidates are vying for 33 seats on 10 district school boards. MJ Slaby is the bureau chief for Our Friends at Chalkbeat. She has recently written about this topic. MJ, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course, we're happy to have you here and break down this topic. Now, for those who may not know, what are the roles of the school board member?
Yeah, absolutely. So once the school boards are set, those new members will become part of a board that really does district oversight. So we're not really talking about day-to-day, but more things like creating and enforcing policies like the student handbook, approving the budget, setting goals for the district. One of the biggest jobs, too, of a school board is hiring and overseeing that superintendent as well.
Gotcha. How in depth are they involved with the day-to-day processes of schools? I know a lot of people who are not familiar with how school systems work may be wondering that.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're not as day-to-day involved as your school staff, right? Someone like a superintendent, principals, obviously the educators. They're more on that policy level, looking at the district overall. But obviously, as we've seen, the school board is a place that people in the district can come and speak during that public comment to talk about their concerns day to day.
So let's talk about whether they're partisan or nonpartisan here.
Yeah, so school board elections are nonpartisan. And so that's also why you see the candidates a little bit later in the election process, right? There's no primaries for school board, and it's not until about the end of the summer that we see who's on the ballot.
Gotcha. Okay. So, of course, with a lot of elections, we see 2- and 4-year terms. What about winning candidates for school boards? How long are they expected to actually serve in their seats?
Absolutely. So school boards are typically 4-year terms, and you'll see that it's staggered, right? So maybe half of the candidates on a school board will be up this election, and then the other half will be up next election in 2026, but they serve 4-year terms. And
what are some ways that voters can get informed for the people running for school boards in their communities?
Absolutely. Well, we at Chalkbeat have voter guides, so you can always go ahead and look at our voter guides. But then I would suggest researching them just like any other candidate. So pull up your sample ballot, see who's running, take a look at news articles, take a look at their campaign materials. I've been getting a lot of campaign materials in the mail as well. So treat it just like any other candidate and do your research.
And when it comes down to actually getting the person in office, are the people that are elected to these positions, can you communicate with them just as you would when you have issues in your community to go to your senator or your House of Representatives?
Absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, school board meetings are public meetings. Typically, they have public comment periods where you're able to address the board. So if you want to address your school board, you can go in person for a public comment. There's usually also, if you go to your school district's website, there will be email addresses for the board members and for the board overall. So absolutely, just like senator, mayor, any other elected position, you can reach out to them.
MJ, thank you so much for tackling this timely topic this morning. We always love it when you hop on Zoom with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good day.
Of course, you too.